What's happening, everybody? I'm Tyrone Bowman. This is Tyrone Bowman Tonight. Let's get right down to the heart of the story on this evening, according to the Arizona Mirror. The Arizona Supreme Court ruled to make abortion largely illegal in the Grand Canyon state, reinstating a 160-year-old law that forbids all procedures except those to save a woman's life. Justice John R. Lopez IV, writing for the court in a 4-2 split decision, said that a 2022 law allowing abortions up to 15 weeks of gestation depended on the existence of a federal constitutional right to abortion. And since the U.S. Supreme Court eliminated that right in the Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization ruling 2 years ago, that law can overrule one first passed in 1864 when Arizona was a territory. Quote, absent the federal constitutional abortion right, and because the 15-week abortion law does not independently authorize abortion, there is no provision in federal or state law prohibiting the 1864 law's operation. Accordingly, the 1864 law is now enforceable, close quote, Lopez wrote. And that means abortions are illegal in every case except to save a woman's life. In light of this opinion, physicians are now on notice that all abortions, except those necessarily to save a woman's life, are illegal, Lopez wrote. Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays called the ruling unconstitutional, and Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays called the ruling unconscionable and affront to freedom. Make no mistakes. By effectively striking down a law passed this century and replacing it with one from 160 years ago, the court has risked the health of lives of Arizonians. Mays said in a written statement, today's decision to reimpose a law from a time when Arizona wasn't a state, the Civil War, was raging and women couldn't even vote, will go down in history as a stain on our state. The ban will go into effect in 59 days. Anti-abortion groups celebrated the ruling. Kathy Herrod, president of Center for Arizona Policy, which backed the 15-week law, while it was moving through the legislature and is behind many of Arizona's abortion regulations, said that the High Court ruled with an eye toward a neutral interpretation of the law and not to advance partisan priorities. Today's decision preserves a system designed to be blind to all but the law, and in doing so, it upholds the right of life for all Arizonians. In a post on social media, Cite X, formerly known as Twitter, Governor Katie Hobbs sounded the alarm over the decision and vowed to continue working to process or to have access to abortion. It's a dark day in Arizona, she wrote. We are just 14 days away from one of the most extreme abortion bans in the country. But my message to Arizona women is this: I won't rest and I won't stop fighting until we have secured the right to abortion. During a news conference held shortly after the ruling was released, the Democrat called on the Republican-led legislature to repeal the 1864 law, saying it was the right thing to do. Two attempts this year to do just that stagnated in the legislature, where the GOP majority has the power to decide which bills get heard. But it seems unlikely that Republicans will respond to the renewed request. House Speaker Ben Toma and Senate President Warren Peterson filed an amicus brief in the case advocating for the reinstatement of the Civil War era law, saying that lawmakers never intended to supersede the ban when they passed the 15-week ban. If Republican lawmakers won't act, Hobbs said, then Arizona voters can in November, when an abortion access amendment is expected to make it on to the ballot. To the people across Arizona who are concerned about the future of abortion's rights in our state, who are worried about their bodily autonomy, who don't want to see the freedom of their wives, sisters, and daughters restricted, you can make your concerns known at the ballot box, she said. Reproductive rights advocates are concerned The return to a near total ban will result in uneven health care access for women, as those who can afford to leave the state to seek abortions elsewhere will do so, and women who can't shoulder the cost will be forced to continue carrying unwanted or dangerous pregnancies. Morgan Finkenstein, who in 2020 was forced to travel to California because of Arizona's limited abortion providers to receive a selective reduction when one of her twins developed a critical heart defect, said that the experience was traumatic and should not have to be endured by anyone. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender, never quit.